So let's jump into what is arguably the hottest topic in business and possibly just hottest topic period for 2023. I want to talk a little bit about AI, artificial intelligence. There's a lot of promise. There's a lot of angst, concern, maybe. I want to know, I'm just curious, I'm going to take this in two parts. The first part of this question is, how can the Scrum framework be used to help create better AI?
Well, we have Paolo Savicelli in the audience today, and he's written a book on Scrum and AI, and it's a very good book. You should all go read it. So that's about using Scrum to actually develop AI. But even more important, I actually have 2 Scrum teams I'm working with every day, and I'm in a Scrum meeting every day. And what I do is I want ChatGPT to be a member of the team. So the team is putting everything in there. And then we get to a retrospective. We want to hear ChatGPT's point about the retrospective. And it's been fascinating lately. It's been saying the team is not cross-functional enough. You know, it has the whole backlog. It has all the data in Jira. It can see that a story is being blocked because the expert is not available to make it move. And as a result, the team is starting to cross-train, and even the product owner is jumping in to unblock those stories. And our velocity, I just got out of a sprint review this morning, and our velocity, largely because of that, has gone from about 60 or 70 in the last sprint to 130 this sprint. So AI can help leverage your Scrum team. And that's really important right now. In our environment right now, everybody is getting more productive. The analysts say that the average developer today is twice as productive because of AI. So that means any of you have to be twice as productive to be competitive on the playing field. And so it's critical.
I would agree that a few years ago, there was a chess tournament in which they allowed computers into, and they allowed hybrid teams as well. And listen, your iPhone can beat the best grandmaster to ever live in chess now, right? It's just crazy. And so this Kasparov, the famous Russian chess master, was organizing this. And so he said, okay, it can be computers, it can be grandmasters, it can be grandmasters with supercomputers, it can be anything. And the people who won who were a few people who were working with not supercomputers, couple of computers in their laptops, and they did it. And what Kasparov looked, and they won the tournament. And Kasparov looked at it and says, okay, we had grandmasters, which were good. Then we had machines, which were better. And then we had sort of grandmasters and machines, but like single person, and they were really good. And then you had this team that was working as a team and had the chess program on their laptops. They weren't having a thinking machines or a Cray or anything. They're just on their laptops. And he said it's human plus machine plus better process was the group that won. And so that really struck a chord with me. It's like, that's where it is, where it's working with it, as Jeff was saying, as a member of the team, and fusing, because there are things that robots can do a lot better than people. Play chess is one of them. But there are things that people can do better than robots. And so it's like taking what can the robots do better, and using that skill set, if that's the right word, to amplify the team, and having the team amplify the machine by their insights, which they can do in a different way.
I actually know the story, JJ, and it's fascinating because they didn't just win, they destroyed the competition, and none of them were big time chess players, and their laptops were like Chromebooks. They weren't these special super laptops.
Yeah, they weren't grandmaster chess players themselves. They were pretty mediocre chess players.
Yeah. So the other side of this is about how Scrum can be used to better deliver value with AI. And value is a vague term in this sense, but I'm just wondering too, there are a lot of concerns about AI. With strong process, with strong values built into that process, you can help guide a product, an AI as it is. And Scrum is great for machine learning. I mean, the fact that it's those constant iterative loops. Have either of you heard much about using Scrum to help influence AI to make sure that it is not turning into Arnold Schwarzenegger's next movie and instead is a tool for good?
Well, I think that's one of the biggest questions of the day. I mean, we've got some of the industry leaders saying this is really high risk. And I've been encouraging Scrum teams to adopt AI as part of the team, because I think if we move the Scrum values into, every time you talk to one of these systems as it's getting smarter, you're influencing that system. And if we push it towards the Scrum values, it's going to have a better probability of coming out to be something that is human-centric rather than machine-centric. And so I think Scrum can bring a lot to this field in terms of reducing the risk and enhancing the benefit of AI.
So, go ahead, JJ.
Oh, I would just, amplify that in that, the people I talk to who are in the AI field, I talk to, some of the leaders there, and they are afraid. They're like, this could go bad. But what Jeff said is that most of the software development teams or people who are working with machines like this are on Scrum teams. And those values, the Scrum values, of focus, of courage, of commitment, is just built in. And so what I'm hopeful of is, because there is so much Scrum in the world of these teams interacting with the AI, it will, as Jeff said, influence it. On the other hand, they're also really worried. It's not predetermined how it will work. It depends on how we interact with the machines. I always tell my children, don't yell at the Alexa because it's a robot and they'll never forget.